Welcome back to the Arkansas State Red Wolves Dynasty. There are 4 games remaining in Season 2, and our goal of going to a bowl game requires us to win at least 2 of them. These games include some really tough matchups against Southern Miss and Louisiana, and then 2 teams under 500, starting with Louisiana Monroe. Our Red Wolves are coming off one of their best performances on the season, and we have certainly been a far better team when we can get running back Bo Jackson going. He has 725 yards this season, and last episode we saw him go for 121 against Troy, his second time over 100 yards this season. We've seen a change atop our receiving leaders as Hudson Clement now has 1 more yard than Aiden Williams. We'll see if he remains the leading receiver through another episode. And on defense, Alexander Kilgore leads us in tackles and tackles for loss. He's been a really strong addition this year. And senior defensive tackle Quincy Wright, he has 8 sacks to lead the team. As I think about our final 4 games, sitting at 4-4, how do we get to a bowl game this year? I think there are a couple things we need to do better. First, I want to see more takeaways. I know the defense is getting a pretty good amount of sacks, but I really want to take the football away. We actually lead the Sun Belt in sacks this season. We've had a couple games that have gone extremely well, but we only have 4 takeaways. I also think that this offense needs to take it a level up. I don't think we've quite reached our expectations this year. We've scored 25.9 points per game. The offense has been good, had some great games, had some bad ones, but I think I expected a bit more out of the passing game. And there's still time to get it where I wanted it to be. Southern Miss has the best passing game in the conference. Here is Louisiana Monroe. They come in 2-6 on the year. Like many Sun Belt teams, their top players are at running back and quarterback, but it looks like their starter is injured. And yes, Jacoby Robinson broke his hand. He is not going to play. That means for the second straight week, we are facing a team's backup quarterback. At 77 overall, it's not a huge gap there. Rich Bellin is the new starter. Looks like he has good speed and mobility. 85 throw power is a little bit lower, but certainly a lot less accurate than their usual starter, Jacoby Robinson. Bellin has played their last 3 games, including a blowout against Southern Miss. They have a good starting running back in David Bedinga, but we just shut down a very good Sun Belt rusher last episode. At wide receiver, Joe Basley is the number 1, but this is certainly one of the lowest rated receiving cores we'll face all season. I'm also looking at this offensive line, and the right side, including the center, are all under 70 overall. That sets up well for our young defensive line. But while we were able to attack the inexperienced defensive tackles of Troy last episode, that is more the strength of ULM. Joel Starlings is their top defensive tackle and a captain at 76 overall. Last episode was fun, but I don't think that game's blueprint can necessarily be duplicated. This team is much weaker in the secondary and sets up better for us to maybe throw it a bit more. We also have 26 coaching points to spend. Let's go take a look at that. So we've had some difficulties in recruiting lately. The battles have been competitive. We've had teams end up with great visits and took off in these recruiting battles. So I think we're going to be scouting a bit more the rest of the way. And one position I'm focused on is running back. Shocker. I'd like the scouting there to be a little more efficient so we can get those scouting reports faster than 50 points at a time. But given Reggie Carter has that background as a linebacker, we have to make sure we're putting emphasis there. We want to scout linebackers faster. We're also going to get increased starting interest because they want to play for a linebacker in Reggie Carter. Now, it would have been nice to spend those coaching points before I took care of recruiting for the week, as right now we only have 6 players receiving points, because I did do some scouting for this week. We have 3 receivers. Today I want to see if these battles still favor us. We have 3 senior receivers. We need to replace them. And then in the secondary, I really want to add a cornerback. We missed on my top target, Hugh Souls. And the battle for Trevor Love has us at a disadvantage right now. So when we finish this week, we'll see where these battles go. But I'm also trying to find a target or two at the running back position. I spent some scouting here this week. And some of those points were on players I ended up removing from the board because they didn't really meet what I was looking for. I'm trying to find somebody that can give us more of a power element between the tackles. So Cornell Wimbley is one player I'd like to scout, and thanks to that coach ability now unlocked, we can scout him a bit more efficiently. But our main focus right now is trying to get to 5-4. 5 wins is what we came away with a year ago, and we're trying to raise the bar. And we're on the road this week in the Sun Belt, looking for the 3rd Sun Belt victory after just winning 2 games in conference last season. And I can't afford to just look ahead to Southern Miss right now. We need to get 2 wins down the stretch, and this is a great chance for us to get one of them. Welcome back to the Red Wolves Dynasty, everybody. Buckle in for another episode of action. And we are set to receive the opening kickoff as we are underway under the lights. And here is J.J. Harrell on the return across the 25. He'll set up the offense for quarterback Ricky Collins. Aiden Williams comes in leading the team with 6 touchdown receptions. But Hudson Clement was the star featured last episode. Now, we'd all love if the offense could just use that identity we had at the end of last episode. Not sure it's going to easily translate, but we will try to run and get Bo Jackson 1 yard. 3 receivers in the game for Ricky Collins. And it's a sweep going to Bo Jackson again for a couple. First 3rd down of the day. Pressure on the way. Ball is out and complete. It's Titus Mokiao Adimalala. First down. And the inside give. Bo Jackson. He's still on his feet and nearly broke out to race to the end zone. So good through contact. He can run through you, go around you. He's been spectacular. And now Collins for the first time, keeping, but it's a loss of 3. Moving the pocket this time, and left alone, but the ball from Collins is off the mark. And now facing a tough 3rd down. We need 13, and the pass is incomplete for Clement. And we could try a 53-yard field goal. There's a slight wind. Clune Van Andel. Is he ready for a kick like this? We're going to give him the chance. Van Andel. No, it is off to the right. And we're going to give ULM good field position. Quarterback Rich Bellin trying to improve off of 2 interceptions in that last game. Again, we'll see if the right side of this offensive line struggles as the first play's a run, and there's some daylight. Good run for David Badinga. Back to pass for the first time. There is pressure, and Bellin throws it low. Nice throw on the outside as they fake the run. It's a gain of 7. 3rd down and 3. Here we come. Pressure picked up, and a conversion. Number 1 receiver, Joe Basley, he wears number 42. That really caught me off guard. They're going to run this one. There's nothing in the middle. David Badinga. It just doesn't get easier than that. More Hawks up to our 24. And they're going to keep it on the ground as they rotate in the 2nd running back. And it's a loss. Up in the face of these receivers now. And Bellin protected for a while, but time eventually runs out. And he's sacked by Drew Collins. 5 sacks on the season now for Collins. They'll try a long field goal. And from 51, the kick is good. 3-0 ULM. Collins off the fake. Wide open. There is a penalty marker down. It's Houston Thomas. And it looks like this one's coming back. Trying to get the lost yardage recovered. It's Bo Jackson. He'll do more than that. He breaks out to the 40. Turns it into a big positive. That's one of those spots where I consider, like, second down and long. Do you really want to give that one to the primary running back? Sometimes that's a good spot to just give it to the backup. But that's why we got to get Bo the football. We're going to get Hawkins in the game now. His first run of the day is a successful 5 yards. Collins on the keeper. And we'll go down here at the 45. Throwing this one a little high for Hudson Clement. He had broken open there on the outside. Collins heading to the air. It's Bo Jackson. And he's fought down at the 40-yard line. Kind of a unique play there because it has a built-in swing pass with a block if you want it. But the receivers are running routes, so you have options on the play. 3rd down and 5 here. Blitz coming. Collins slings it, and Clement nearly pulled it in. It feels like we've been going for it all season. But here we are again at the opposing 40-yard line. And the pass is caught by Bo Jackson. What a catch. I think I just assumed that Aiden Williams would be the superstar of this offense. But it's absolutely been Bo Jackson. Dumped off. Here is Javion Fricks. And a 1st down. First quarter just about wrapped up. And we will get the snap off in time. And Collins hit as he throws. Earlier I said the best player on this defense was number 98, Joel Starlings. And there he is, straight up field. Quickest path to the quarterback. We've really got to improve the interior in the future. And now the second field goal try coming from Clune Van Andel. Shorter kick, and this one is good, tying the game. 3 apiece, and up the middle again for a big gain. And the safeties and the DBs combine to make the stop. But I don't like the way we're just giving up the middle like that. Got to be more competitive. Play action on the edge now, and incomplete in the area of Alexander Kilgore. Dumped outside, and Badinga is wrapped up in the open field by Marcus Gorey. And the defense looking for a stop. It's 3rd and 12. Good protection, but time runs out, and everybody was covered. Devin Noteboom in on the play that time. I'm hoping to see him make some more plays as well. He's had a whole chance to develop and get experience this season. Now I'd like to see some production. Aiden Williams is the motion man. And he's going to make the catch here. Get up past number 4, who was responsible for him. On the sweep, it's Bo Jackson. He's got some daylight now. Shakes the safety, and another defender. He will take it, 51. The superstar of the Red Wolves strikes again with one of his greatest plays all year. Bo Jackson with the 2-for-1 special. No one left for the Warhawks. And again, we are at our best when Bo Jackson is making plays. ULM takes over, and in the backfield is Aaron Alexander. They've struggled to get the pass game going, and it's 3rd and 6. Bellin heading to the air again. That's open and pulled down. Fullback DeMarcus Kirkendall. You never know who it's going to be. Keeper now. Bellin takes off. And he's able to pick up 9. And now he is shaken up. Rich Bellin has to leave. Insert Reese Mooney, the sophomore quarterback, who isn't as mobile, but is a bit more accurate. Mooney in the game. Play action. And he's going to let it fly. That's open. Touchdown. Louisiana Monroe. Tremaine Ware got loose. Isaiah Hornsby lost track of him and gives up his biggest play that I can remember. You know, this doesn't feel like a mistake Isaiah Hornsby makes. And he ran into Marcus Gorey. A little bit of an extended pick play there. And that's the benefit of running receivers from one side of the field to the other. If you can get the time, it's a defensive nightmare to defend. So Mooney enters, and after one throw, this game is all tied up. 10 apiece here in the second quarter. And the throw goes outside to Houston Thomas. 8 yards. Looks like Rich Bellin's going to return. It should be like baseball, where once a new passer comes in, you can't bring in the old quarterback anymore. Handoff Bo Jackson, first down. Collins, and trouble. That's a loose football fallen on by the ULM defense. I would love to see us utilize a bit more play action, but a lot of times these plays backfire badly. You gotta hope the defense falls for it. We're not really blocking number 0. I mean, maybe we attempted to, but Fricks ended up on the ground, and so did Ricky Collins. And that's Rich Bellin back in the game. 6 and change to go. He's given a short field. And he's taken down, running on his first play back in the game. Bellin may be back in the game, but that doesn't mean he's at 100%. It's that right knee that's bothering him. Could impact his ability to run and make plays, but he can throw it to a wide open receiver, no problem. And down to the 15, Jake Applegate. Play action, Bellin scans and fires just off the hands of a receiver. That was perfect. Keeping this, Bellin, and Kilgore cannot stop him until he reaches the 1. He's still got some wheels. Oh wow, he's off the field again. Mooney back in as they go inverted pistol. It is a quick jet touch pass. No gain. He may have aggravated that knee injury. So Mooney's back in. They'll hand this one off, and we make the play behind the line. Pat Fargus is there. And we're going to keep the goal line personnel in. I don't trust that they're going to throw it here. And they will throw, and it is on the money. A second touchdown pass. See, this is why I often like to have like a 46 package or something in my defense, because I want something for the goal line that isn't goal line, because out here, Devin Noteboom. The only time he should be this far from the quarterback is when he's on the sideline. So that's my mistake. So we've got a battle. The Warhawks come into play, rallying around their second quarterback of the day. Aiden Williams now up across the 30. Again, Bo Jackson. Extra effort at the end, first down. Now heading back to the air again, rolling right. Bo Jackson's there, and he has 9 yards on the catch. Showing some pressure here, and it's a quick throw. Again, Bo Jackson. That was the hot read, if that was a real blitz. And now Joel Starlings. We'll have to keep an eye on this, because he is their best interior defender. Throw quick, but a flag down. Wiping out a nice play by Aiden Williams. Joel Starlings has broken ribs. He is not returning. Oh, come on, guys. Not this again. A false start. You got to be careful when the play clock's winding down here. You take too long to call a play, you're in some trouble. 1st and 25. Aiden Williams unable to hold on. He's in the slot here, trying a little something different now. Got to move these guys around sometimes. And we need some time for this one to develop as Collins will roll and just have to take what's there, 6 yards. Are they really thinking about sending some pressure here? Here is Collins. He wants to give Williams a chance, and nearly a spectacular play on both ends. Off of Williams' hands, the defender diving in couldn't make the catch either. ULM leading 17-10, and now they're going to get another drive together. Reese Mooney remains in the game, and their starter, Bellin, is not ruled out. He's not on the injury report. This is a wear and tear, knee injury related situation. About a minute on the clock now. Mooney downfield. It's caught. Again, Hornsby chasing a couple feet behind. He wasn't picked this time. It was just a good route. He got beat. 57 seconds on the clock. And the first incompletion thrown as Hornsby fights back. On second down, good protection, overthrown. That was a chance. Blitz coming, and it's dumped outside. Brought down for a loss, and we'll spend a timeout. We'll see how this possession unfolds. Clement comes across the middle, and he gets 8. We're sitting here with 1 timeout left. Collins now dodging and gets it out late. Hawkins to the 36. Collins now rolling out, and 8 seconds left, and we're close to field goal range. And now looking for one more play to set things up, but Williams is brought down in bounds, so we will not add on before the half. That was a hard-fought 2 quarters. We still got a couple to go. And the Warhawks lead it. 17-10 to begin the second half, and Reese Mooney is the quarterback, and he throws low, incomplete. He's missed a couple in a row. Feeding the running back, David Badinga, only gets 1. It's a 4-man rush on third down. Getting through, and in desperation, he throws it away. Quick throw to the outside. TMA trying to make a man miss. 9 yards. Passing on third down, and he delivered it too low. Collins misses. It brings up 4th down and 3. And this pass is now incomplete. Trying to go to Jackson as we did earlier in the game. Play action, Mooney. Now dumps it. Nice open field tackle, Kilgore. Sending pressure here on 3rd and 11. Receiver breaking wide open. And brought down by Kilgore. Tremaine Ware. Play action. And floated right to the receiver. That's a pinpoint throw. Getting tight in press coverage. Mooney. Pressured by Sigler, but checks it down. 3rd and 5. Blitzed again. And it's deflected. That could have been picked. We're going to get Luke Wisham here, unblocked to the quarterback. Ball comes out, and Pat Fargus just did not see it. And then Applegate nearly caught it. We're trying to force some turnovers, but man, it is difficult. ULM gets a field goal try and a 10-point lead. Let's not forget that they lost Joel Starlings already in this game, and we need to see if their defensive tackles can hold up. This is a short gain for Bo Jackson. Rolling out on the edge again. Really good coverage, and incomplete for Mokiao Adimalala. Sending some extra pressure now, and Collins is hit again. There have been a lot of defenses that have given us problems this year. You know, receivers are not going to make an entire offense. Sweeping this run, and David Badinga gets the edge, and Wisham eventually wraps him up Now up to 71 yards. A run inside, cutting left into the open lane. 9 yards. Likely going to be a sneak on third down. And a successful one. ULM facing third down. They have to get inside the 10. Mooney standing tall. Dumps it short. And they'll add their second field goal of the quarter, leading by 13. We've got to get the offense going here, running out of time. Nice play as Jackson gets stuffed. Got to make a play. It's third down. Here comes the pressure. And Collins, a high throw, and it is a first down, Houston Thomas. On the sweep now, and Jackson will get 5. We're going to try to get another play or two out of this quarter. Play action. Check down, and they do make the open field stop this time. And we are on to quarter number 4. Trailing by 13. Keeping it on the ground here. Wow. Hoping we could get something and call this 4-down territory. It's a TFL on Bo Jackson. And we will punt this football away. It is not looking good right now. Got to get off the field, and that's a 9-yard catch made by Basley. This is going to be an open throw downfield. They got by Reed. Basley takes off. He runs to the end zone. And we did get more aggressive that time, trying to jam these receivers. And he just doesn't even get his hands on him that time. Couldn't slow him down. Going for 2. On the dump off. Nice move. Make it 2. He's in. 31-10. And just neither side of the ball has been good enough. We're getting shut down by defenses I expect us to succeed against. Down goes Collins, sacked again. We just have a lot of weaknesses overall as a team. Clement makes the catch. Really the only way to make this one interesting is going to be some big plays through the air. Rolling out now. Good protection too by Thomas. Wow, way behind Aiden Williams. It is 4th down and 8. And Collins probably wouldn't have completed that even if he wasn't hit. Number 0, Zach Chapman. He's created a lot of havoc in this game. Just outside of one big play to Bo Jackson, it has been nothing for Arkansas State. A 100-yard day now for David Badinga. Another field goal makes this 34-10. We're going to get Josh Flowers into the game and also take Bo Jackson out. He and Collins have experienced some wear and tear and aren't 100% right now. Josh Flowers is going to run, and we're letting him play with the starters here. We're still trying to move the ball. 2nd down and pressured inside, running away from it. Flowers able to fire and find Titus Mokiao Adimalala. What on earth was that play? We're going to throw now, and Aiden Williams makes the catch. Touchdown, Red Wolves. It just took a backyard football play for us to set up another touchdown. Flowers going for 2. Lofting, end zone. It's good, and we trail by 16. Can the defense get us a quick stop? 5 and change to go in the game. Reese Mooney, he has been phenomenal. 16 of 21, 209 yards. The 3rd-string quarterback has been too much for us. He hands off, and the tackle is made. About to go inside 4 minutes, and incomplete on the outside. 3rd down, it is a run, and there's only one man who can make the play, and he does. Gorey forces him out, stops the clock, And we'll get the ball back now, down 16. Awaiting J.J. Harrell. Brought down immediately. So, can Josh Flowers do it again? He brought us down the field once already. Now trying to escape. And he's sacked. Chapman's having a heck of a game. Second down and 13. Flowers to TMA, and that ball is knocked out of his hands. He's throwing again for Williams. He slips a couple tackles, but he lost some ground in the process. We go empty. Fourth down and 7. Incomplete. Hawkins had an option route there. I was hoping he'd pick a different option, I guess. And sit it down in some space. Turnover on downs. The comeback dream may be over. Good running here. Powerful. 9 yards. Another field goal, and it's a 3-possession game. I really didn't see this one becoming lopsided. But we just have not played consistently, have not played complete games. Another road stinker for Arkansas State. Got a matchup with Southern Miss to follow, and that's going to be a very difficult game to win. It's nice to get Josh Flowers a few reps at the end of the game, and he'll get a first down to Clement. Quick pass on the outside now. J.J. Harrell with the first down. There's some motion. And looking for Jabari Bush. He makes the catch. And we'll let the clock probably run out. Or maybe call one final play here. As the clock hits 0. Almost picked off. Ball game. ULM picking up a big win with their third-string quarterback, throwing 3 touchdown passes. And our offense again disappoints. I've had a lot more trouble than I expected getting into the groove of the passing game with this team. I think the state of the offensive line has made it tough. Maybe the playbook needs a few more things that can differentiate the way we're getting the ball out. I want some more quick game for sure. And I certainly have not been playing great. Just too many things working against us right now. 2 of 12 on third down today. Both quarterbacks played great for ULM. Mooney had to play most of the game, and they ran the football well as well. We allow a 100-yard rusher and a 100-yard receiver today. For much of the year, I've been seeing us with a low yards per attempt, and with the receiving talent we have, I know that we're underperforming far more than we should be. 179 through the air for Ricky Collins. While Bo Jackson had a big run early, failed to get a whole lot going afterwards. It was 10 for 33 on his non-touchdown runs. He did have 6 catches, though, in the first half, so he got a lot of touches today. But if we're not getting the ball to Bo, we look bad. We have fallen to 4-5, and I see Southern Miss suffered a loss. We'll check on that in a moment after a stop here in recruiting. Wow, we have a big lead, but Alabama has now offered to Stephen Harris. We gotta hope they don't make a big push here late. It's still gonna take us a couple weeks to try to wrap this one up. We'll have to see where this goes. DeMar Alba still favoring us over Colorado. They're not making up enough ground. We got more progress this week. So I still like our chances of getting the 3 receiver targets. Theo Booker has us in first, but Memphis is outpacing us. Stefan Diggs close to his decision. Maybe we get that wrapped up next. And it's just not looking great for Trevor Love. Using the calculator for CFB 26, this is actually a spot where hard selling is not your best bet. And we might just have to quit on this one because we're not gaining ground. And he has a visit at App State soon. We can scout running backs a bit more efficiently, and I'm going to give an offer to Steven Katula who's a 214-pound elusive bruiser. I've also given an offer to Cornell Wimbley, who isn't quite as fast, but also has some power in his game. We're going to give a scholarship to linebacker Dallas Brown. He's a thumper archetype, so he's focused on stopping the run. He has 79 speed, but also 80 zone. So I'm intrigued, even if he's not going to have a lot of range. Cornerback is quickly looking like the top position for us to just look in the portal because recruiting has been terrible. I think I'm going to make a late push for Frederick Cruz. It's extremely competitive. So many teams have offered, but right now we need to just go get someone who has some decent skills, and he has 75 zone coverage, 89 acceleration. So we're going to make our move here. Playing time is his main deal breaker. And I know we're going to need some more points than just 15. I would prefer to send the house this week and show that we're serious about this recruiting battle. But that brings us to Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles, the team that a lot of teams have been chasing this season. And if we had been able to win this game, we'd be sitting there with 2 conference losses, looking to clinch a tiebreaker and set ourselves up for a chance to make a push the last couple weeks. Instead, we're likely not going to the conference championship, not really considering that. And we still face the 2 teams atop our division. Southern Miss lost to Louisiana, 24-17. Good game between 2 good teams. A lot of scoring late. Louisiana pulls it off with a comeback. Did they lose a quarterback too? They did. A lot of quarterback injuries this year. And don't forget, we lost our quarterback at the beginning of the year. Duncan Grant is our only player on the injury report right now. Southern Miss, meanwhile, is missing edge rusher Zachariah Keith and standout tackle Stanton Ramill. But they still have hopes of going to the conference championship. Kamario Taylor has 13 touchdowns and 3,051 yards. Actually, less touchdown passes than Ricky Collins. But they have so many on the ground. They've ran for 24 touchdowns this season. Taylor has 8 of them. 6 go to J.Q. Gray, the lead running back, and 10 for Robert Price. They have the best receiver in the Sun Belt, Tyshawn Chapman, who has 1,241 yards. And they have the leading sacker in the Sun Belt, Popeye Williams, 11 sacks on the year. Tyshawn Chapman is the nation's leading receiver and has 100 catches in 10 games. I've been afraid of this matchup, and it's going to mean a lot with us coming in 4-5. This team has some good players in the secondary, too. Rayshawn Pleasant is a star. Wesley Miller at free safety. Perry Fisher, the opposite cornerback. Oh, and despite missing their star left tackle, they still have an 80 overall player in Tyree Adams replacing him. And this is it. The big game against Southern Miss that we've been waiting for. And our final road game on the season. We are 1-4 in road contests this year, only defeating Old Dominion, who was the weakest team that we've seen. We are going to have to bring our absolute best to this one. And it's a windy, rainy day as we get underway against the Golden Eagles. Look at how they've packed this stadium for a 7-3 team with aspirations of going to the Sun Belt Championship. Can the Red Wolves bounce back and throw a wrench in their plans? I like that we're getting the football first today. I'd rather our offense set the tone. Bo Jackson starts and gains 3. Now it's a quick screen for Hudson Clement, and he's overpowered. And we're met 3rd down and 7. Throwing for Clement, and he's running away into Southern Miss territory. Got him one-on-one, and he takes it for 30+. This is a sweep now. Jackson to the outside. Good tackle. 1 yard. 3rd down. There's pressure on the way. And Clement is open. He's got it. 1st down. Ball up to the 22-yard line. Now he flips it back. It's Aiden Williams. He makes a move. 5-yard gain. Again, met with a third down. And the throw is low for Houston Thomas. Field goal team on. Clune Van Andel. He hits it. We get opening drive points. And now Reggie Carter's defense meets the high-flying Golden Eagle passing attack. Led by wide receiver Tyshawn Chapman. He wears number 2. And he is wide left for Kamari Taylor at quarterback. He's back to pass. Taylor throws short, and Chapman makes his first catch for 2. He averages 10 catches a game. So I'm assuming we'll see a lot of balls thrown his way. But here's a run. JQ Gray, nice tackle. Marcus Gorey playing aggressively. And we force third down. They got Chapman, man, all the way out there. He couldn't play any wider if he wanted to legally. Third down and 8. Pressure and caught. First down, Jalen Carter. Sending the extra man. It's dished outside now, and that's Jalen Carter. Third down and 2, keeping Taylor first down. And we're not going to be doing a lot of press coverage on Chapman unless that's a cornerback who has help over the top. Gray sweeps to the outside. This is trouble. He's down the sideline to the 20 and brought down finally in the red zone. I like all the stadium sound effects. You got the howl for us. Got the eagle cry. Gray gets wrapped up by note boom, and we're also seeing a lot of hurry up. I don't like facing hurry up offenses, especially competent ones. Gray breaks the tackle and gains 5. Third down and 8. Pressure's there, and a good rush from Collins will get us off the field. Chapman only made 1 catch for 2 yards, and we didn't allow a touchdown. That is a success. Tie game. Southern Miss plays a lot of no huddle, which speeds up the plays and lengthens the game. I aim to slow this game down. Good run for Bo Jackson. I operate under the mindset that the longer the game is, the more likely the better team is to win. Think about how football would be played if each team had 1 possession and the game was just ridiculously short. Any given Sunday would be cranked up to the max. But the longer the game, the more things can favor the better team who has the talent advantage. We're trying to, overcome the things Southern Miss does well, and Williams will make the grab for the first down. 2 drives already into Southern Miss territory. Hawkins sprinting to the edge, a successful 6-yard gain. A tad concerned we're not seeing Bo Jackson right now. D'Angelo Cooks is the running back, and he gets some really good blocks and breaks one into the Golden Eagle secondary. In the red zone and rolling right. Throw is pulled down by TMA at the 7. Collins pulls it back. He can take off and runs to the 1. Stopped by Wesley Miller. 1.5 yards from the end zone. Hawkins the deep back. And it's a fullback dive that Southern Miss was ready for. We go under center. And it's third down and goal. Play action, rolling, and off the hands. It was Tyler Little who failed to make the catch. And we're leaving the offense on. We're playing aggressive here against the Golden Eagles. And Bo Jackson is in the game. But we're going to call a timeout. I don't like that I can't make any adjustments to this play. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Collins back to pass. It is Bo Jackson on the touchdown catch. And we've taken the lead. Good to see him show up at just the right time. 10-3 after a 13-play possession. We're off to a good start. But now J.Q. Gray starting this Golden Eagle drive on a 9-yard run. It's a handoff. Collins is there along with Double-A. Aaron Alexander. 3rd and 2 and a first down run. I don't like these wide offenses like this. It's just so uncomfortable. And now taking off, a good run, Kamario Taylor. You get these like 5-man boxes, and like the 6th guy who could fill is, nowhere close to making a play. Nice job again by Taylor getting 6. Could be 4-down territory here for Southern Miss. 3rd and 4 for Kamario Taylor. Down the middle, leaping catch. Pulled down at the 19. Our defense is scrambling to get in position as they run it with Robert Price. 3rd down and 6. Taylor scans the field. Good coverage and broken up in the end zone. Looking for Davis Dalton. And it was excellent coverage. And it's Caden Morgan kicking his 2nd field goal. With the lead at 10-6, it's Bo Jackson. There's a spin, dynamically working his way to the 40-yard line. Play action, and Aiden Williams now, an easy catch and run, running away into plus territory. Running room here, Bo Jackson, right through the middle. Hawkins checks in, we go to Williams again. Going to make sure we get him a chance to be the difference maker. And here's a sweep now. Hawkins inside the 20. Inside handoff. Hawkins inside the 10 now and across the 5. Again trying to score a touchdown. We're at the 1. Play action, and they took out Hawkins. Pass is intercepted in the back of the end zone. Unbelievable play. There's the tackle. Popeye Williams has him wrapped up. So now we have to see the tight ends. And there's Javion Fricks back of the end zone, throwing this very late. And the linebackers able to make the play. A brutal mistake. When we had a chance to go up 2 scores. Gray hurdling over Noteboom. We've had our hands full with their running game. Taylor's been really good when he's taken off. We've only seen 1 catch for Chapman. He's covered, but there's an open play. And Taylor's had no issue spreading the ball to other receivers so far. I'm trying my best to make sure we got double coverage on Tyshawn Chapman. And that doesn't mean we have 2 players in like man-to-man. Chapman now 2nd catch, and again, it's not much, and he lost 1. Chapman's covered, back to the middle, and he dropped it. Could not hold on. So the way we're getting double coverage here on Chapman is we're playing cover 3. So we've got the deep handled here, and we've got a safety in this area. And so on a lot of these plays, he's basically been bracketed. Evan Brown right in front of him. James Reed sitting over the top. And yeah, there are a lot of ways you can beat cover 3. Get behind these linebackers, work the seams. But it's keeping the ball out of their best players' hands. And they haven't found the end zone yet. That was a terrible punt. This is going to go to the outside. Was meant to go to Bo Jackson, but we improvise. And instead, it's Houston Thomas. So despite making the greatest mistakes so far, we have still outplayed Southern Miss. Bo Jackson running room up the middle again. And this is a team that we have been able to just attack the interior of. 2 minutes to play. It's dumped off for Javion Fricks. A gain of 5. 3rd down and 3. It's Collins running this. Now he flips it. Bo Jackson to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Love the speed option down here when you get the right look. And we have that 2-score advantage now. Jackson scores again. His second touchdown of the day. So cover 3 has done a lot of good things for us in this matchup, but I think now in this situation we're going to call a lot more cover 2, essentially a no big plays defense in theory. And we can still disrupt the timing of Tyshawn Chapman. He's covered again. I'm just focused on him on most of these plays. As long as there's someone underneath, someone over top, then we have an opportunity. Unless they can use a receiver on that side to manipulate the defense. That's kind of the risk of going with a single receiver on a side, as that pass is sailed. But sometimes you want that extra receiver to manipulate coverage and force defenders to choose him to open up Chapman. That's not happening. On 3rd and 4, good run. Taylor, a big one into Arkansas State territory. 3 receivers away from Chapman's side on 2nd down. At our 45. Kamario Taylor in the pocket. He's chased out of it, and he's going to run. I think he had a cross-body throw there available to him. We haven't called man coverage a single time yet in this game. 3rd and 2. Too soft. 1st down. Now let's see how they try to manipulate the defense when there are receivers on Chapman's side, like this play. 46 on the clock. Over the middle. Complete to Davis Dalton. Here's Taylor. He wants Chapman, but overthrows him. 2nd down and 10. Taylor takes off now. Diving at the 12. And they're going to have to use that last timeout soon. But I think they want to try to run one more play before doing that. One more chance. Motion. And now the snap with 7 seconds. Taylor will throw it for Chapman. And now they'll call the timeout, and they have 1 second left. 94 first half passing yards for Kamario Taylor. And just a handful going to Tyshawn Chapman. It is a 17-9 game. Good first half. Happy with how that unfolded. And we are on to the second half. Southern Miss football. They've had 3 field goals to this point. J.Q. Gray gets chased down by Kilgore. But putting this team in a pass-first mode is not the gift it is against others. Trouble for Taylor, and he throws it away. And it's already 3rd and 12. Taylor. He's in trouble again. Collins brings him down. Drew Collins. And this should be good field position as Harrell grabs it. Already in plus territory. We'll begin at the 35. Quick screen for Titus Mokiao Adimalala. Now a give. It's Hawkins right up the middle. 10-5 touchdown. 30-yard score. Arkansas State opens up their lead on the Golden Eagles. You really got to feel out certain matchups in every game. How easily can you run it down the middle against your opponent is a question you need the answer to early. Sometimes it works, really well like it is today. And the sooner you figure that out, the better. 24-9. And I am thrilled with the way the defense has played to this point. Another good play against J.Q. Gray. We'll try a sweep. Evan Brown is there, and I have not been seeing him miss many tackles lately. Just like their first drive of the half. 3rd and long. Here's a deep shot. Singled up and incomplete. Intended for Dalton. You just never know until you play these games how it's going to unfold. J.J. Harrell out of bounds to the 23-yard line. And now Aiden Williams gets the ball in his hands. Bo Jackson on the carry. And he's shaken up on the play. Didn't even take the field on our last possession. I have a feeling his day could be done. Dumped off. Houston Thomas, he's not going to get credit for a first down. That's maybe a half yard. And sneaking ahead, first down. Here's motion. And taking it outside, Hawkins to the 5 and stops shy of the end zone. The jet motion carries that corner all the way out of the play. So all we need is the left tackle to throw his block, and suddenly we get the edge. So that fake jet motion isn't a waste of time. In motion again, Aiden Williams. Now he's got it, and Williams is in! Touchdown! That's a touchdown pass for Ricky Collins. And who could have possibly seen this coming? Especially following our game against ULM. 31-9. This game's far from over, but what a position to be in. Southern Miss has been dreadful to start the second half with 2 3-and-outs. Possibly looking at a third. We only send 3 this time, dropping 8. And it's almost intercepted by Evan Brown. That's TMA in motion. Giving this to Cedric Hawkins, and I think it's his backfield, likely the rest of the day. Facing 3rd down and 6. Pressure is on the way. Pass is caught. Aiden Williams replacing the linebackers. Inside handoff. Hawkins will pick up 6 more, and this has been one of his best showings of the year. Very few answers for this defense. Dumped off. Hawkins doing all the Bo Jackson things for us. Back to pass. Collins taking off now, and he's going to slide after getting a first down. And here's the empty look now. They take away the screen. Collins will run. He scores himself. It's all Arkansas State in the most shocking game of the season. As incredible as this has been, you have to look at the ULM game as a huge missed opportunity because we're still paying the price for losing that game. Conference losses, when you're in the position we are, you know, it's hard to overcome. But now we're a little over a quarter away from our 5th win, 3rd conference win, and a huge momentum boost for the team. Oh, this is the backup offense for Southern Miss. They have taken all the starters off, and this is Vic Sutton at quarterback, number 34. I have him in my notes, actually, as the backup quarterback. And this is a shock. I just cannot believe we have showed up in such a way, forcing another stop. Looks like Collins is going to get half credit there. Sutton on 4th down, and Aaron Alexander says no. Get out of here. So we are putting in our 2nd unit offense in as well. We're going to have 3/4 of the starters in this game. Trevor Hatchett gets taken down for a loss. He is the 4th running back on the depth chart. I actually have a player in here I'm excited to have taking his first snaps. This is number 85 here. Ofisa Orlando, JUCO pickup for us in recruiting last season. And he is probably going to be a full red shirt this year. Might factor into the offense next season. And that's his first career catch, a gain of 11. The receivers are Hunter Summers, J.J. Harrell, and Ofisa Orlando. And Flowers throwing over the middle, hooks up with Harrell. Floating again, breaking open, that's J.J. Harrell, who nearly scored. That's Eric Coakley Hall, normally the fullback, now the deep running back. Tough to get these yards here inside the 1 yard line. We're just going backwards trying this. J.J. Harrell is the motion man. And the pass from Flowers is incomplete for Orlando. So we'll send out Clune Van Andel to make it 41-9. Right through the middle. That's a sack. Number 99, Quincy Wright, who really doesn't need to be out there still. Play action. He's dropped again by Quincy Wright. Well, it's a double-digit sack season now. Orlando makes the catch, his second, now breaks a tackle. Stopped at the 31 yard line. And this is set to be our greatest win of the series so far. I thought we'd be heavily overmatched by their passing game, and they did move the football well on those first couple drives, but especially in the second half with those 3 and outs. And our offense actually playing a pretty good game today. I knew I had to be dialed in for this one. We had to play and limit mistakes, and although we had a big early one, it didn't end up hurting us too badly in the end. So as far as the Sun Belt goes, it is the shock of the season as Arkansas State absolutely steamrolls Southern Miss 41-9. We go on the road in their house, and they never saw this coming. But truly neither did we. We just played a really solid game today. We didn't let Tyshawn Chapman make plays. They didn't do enough to try to get him open. And the second half was just dreadful for them. While we scored 3 third-quarter touchdowns. 447 yards to 279. We were 9 for 14 on third down while converting 2 fourth down attempts. Taylor 13 for 23, just 102 yards. That is it for the best passing attack in this conference. And remember a few weeks ago when we faced Louisiana Tech, they were just as good as advertised against us. But we just held Tyshawn Chapman to 3 catches and 6 yards. That's the signature win for Reggie Carter, but it's not the end. We still need to become bowl eligible. And then, of course, I want to win a bowl game this season. Good job on the ground. So many things fall into place when the running game just works. We didn't have to do too much in the passing game, but I thought we did a pretty good job overall. And it was nice to see Ofisa Orlando make a successful debut. Southern Miss is dealt another conference loss, giving Louisiana the upper hand at going to the conference championship game. And there are now 2 games remaining on the schedule. We have a new recruit committed. It's Stefan Diggs at defensive tackle. That's a big addition for our defensive line, and it opens up some more points. Here's how the Sun Belt appears now. Louisiana has the upper hand. Louisiana Tech and Southern Miss are 5-2. Arkansas State playing spoiler. They're now 500 again. I feel like we deserve some recognition here for that win, but here are the players of the week in the Sun Belt. But let's take a look at our board now. Alabama, not closing the gap nearly quick enough, and Stephen Harris has a visit this week. DeMar Alba, also very close to a decision. We could wrap this up here really nicely. Pierre Shembo close. We could get all 3 receivers at once. For Theo Booker, we might need to get some more points in this battle. And then we got a couple that we're trying to get into, including the battle for Frederick Cruz. We just made a lot of progress this week, and we should set up a visit if we can, but he might not pick his top 5 quick enough. We only have 2 more games. Well, I found a more athletic cornerback for us to target now. Joaquin Garcon. 89 speed, 93 acceleration. He's a pure man-to-man cover corner, though. He'd be a very different archetype, but I think worth pursuing. I think we'll be fine in this battle for Theo Booker. Memphis is coming on strong, but now we can soft or hard sell, and we have some really good pitches as he wants to stay close to home. I wanted to do a little scouting here just to see how intriguing Raheem Ismail was, and I think we are going to battle with JMU and now target the tight end. But that's 3 now. And we have some receivers who are very close to a decision as well. This class could be vaulted to the top of the conference before too long. 2 games left. They're both at home. Next up, we get South Alabama. And then the big finale with Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns. Ricky Collins now has 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the season. Bo Jackson has 870 rushing yards. He's also going to be a little banged up going into this next game. Hudson Clement opened the day as our leading receiver, and that's where it ends up despite Aiden Williams securing 2 more touchdowns. 11 sacks on the year for Quincy Wright. 6.5 for Drew Collins. And we still only have 2 interceptions on the season. And we'll wrap up the day showing the leaders here in the Sun Belt. Kamario Taylor still has the most yards. He's also played 11 games. Blake Baker has played 11 and has 23 touchdowns. Maybe that Louisiana Tech passing game is looking a little bit stronger now. On the ground, Marquise Davis has 983. Keep in mind that against us, he only ran for 15. Bo Jackson, though, he is third and has a chance to get to 1,000 yards, but not being 100% going into our next game could limit some of his touches and his chances of getting there. Tyshawn Chapman, that's going to be the worst game he ever plays. 1,247 yards. We shut down the top receiver in the country. Jalen Mickens had a significantly better game against us. And now there's a tie atop this conference in terms of sack leader. Quincy Wright playing himself perhaps into an all-conference award. And Georgia Southern, they have 3 players who have more interceptions than our entire team. And that's all for today, everybody. Thank you for watching the Arkansas State Dynasty. If you made it through that first game, you sure got a great reward in the Southern Miss matchup. But I'll see you guys for our final games of Season 2, and we'll see if there's a bowl game to cap it all off. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.